And real quick, I just wanted to show you guys this. So this is what the set looks like with the soft lights on. This is how I always film. But if I had the soft lights off and just had the regular light in the room on, this is what it looks like. As you can tell, there's a pretty big difference between the two. So the soft lights definitely make it look way, way better. Definitely an essential piece of any YouTube set if you're filming. Hi guys, Geezer64 here, and as you can tell, I'm not in front of the camera because today I am behind the camera because today is a video that was requested by a couple people and a video I've wanted to do for a little while, which is a set tour. I'm going to show you guys the room that my set is on and talk about some of the stuff that's back in the background. First thing, something you may not have noticed on any of my other videos is I do actually have a director's chair, a cast chair, whatever you want to call it, right behind me in every video. I've done 2 videos where I sit in the actual chair and do reviews. I don't really like doing that. However, I like its position on the set, so I just keep it back there and I stand while I'm talking and doing my reviews for you guys. So moving up here, you'll see that this is a poster of Captain America, which is one of my favorite superheroes, and this is also done by one of my favorite comic book artists, which is Alex Ross. I just love his style. I love how realistic everything looks, but it also has a comic book feel to it. I love the colors. I love the layout of this too. I have tons of Alex Ross posters, way more than I do wall space to put them on. And then obviously the other poster over here is the Ready Player One poster from Cinemark. This was a theater poster that was, I guess, released when you go to the theater. I guess they did giveaways or something for it on opening night. I don't have a Cinemark near me, so I ordered this on eBay. I love Ready Player One. I think Ready Player One's a fun movie, and I love the Iron Giant, so I wanted to get a poster with the Iron Giant more prominent on the poster. So I do love this. Going back over to this side, yes, it's empty. It's empty for a reason. I always put a poster in here in my editing. I usually put a poster of whatever it is I'm talking about, so I leave this specifically blank for that. All right, so let's just go ahead and go down here. We got a Batman statue. So this is actually from Kotobukiya. This is one of the first statues I ever got. Very reasonably priced. I do like Kotobukiya stuff. It's not outrageously priced. It is mostly affordable. I think I got him for about $100 at the time. I don't know how much he's going for now, but which is pretty reasonable for the size and quality you're getting here. The base does light up, but I don't ever light it up. Next one we got Batman Beyond. I just love Batman Beyond, so I put him down here. I actually met Will Friedle, who played or was the voice for Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis, and he has that as his ringtone. I actually got to talk to him for quite a while, although I was a bigger fan of him as Eric Matthews in Boy Meets World. Scrolling over, you got Jango Fett. So this Jango Fett statue is actually Star Wars Unleashed. There's some more Star Wars Unleashed figures below this, and it was a cool line. It was in the early 2000s. Really reasonably priced statues. I think they went for about $15 retail at the time, which was pretty good. Then you got a couple Star Wars Black Series, which I've always wanted Black Series, the 6-inch. I think that they should always have 6-inch figures growing up. I had tons of Star Wars figures, and it was cool that they fit in the ships, but you know, they never blend in with all the rest of my action figures that were 6-inch. So anyway, these are the bounty hunters. I'm a huge fan of the Star Wars bounty hunters. So hopefully I can get Forlom and Zuckuss and Dingar. Yeah, I know all the bounty hunters. So maybe one day. Over here you got a Rogue, a Storm, and a Psylocke. So all 3 of these, you may think they're all from the same line, but they actually aren't. So I got Psylocke first. I believe it was a diamond. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that was a diamond statue. And I just like Psylocke. I'm a big fan of 90s X-Men. So Psylocke is amazing. And then Rogue came out, and Rogue and Storm are from Kotobukiya, the same company that did the Batman. But these are higher premium statues, and they have a lot of weight to them, a lot more weight than the Batman does, but you can't tell that from looking at them. But these are just amazingly detailed figures. Both Storm and Rogue are from the Danger Room line, and They also have done a couple other ones, Cyclops and Wolverine. Cyclops is crazy amount of money right now. I think last time I looked, he was going for like $700, and I wouldn't pay $700 for any of them. So anyway, these are like probably my 3 favorite statues because they go so well together. Scrolling over here, yes, the Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles. We'll start with Leo because Leo was the first turtle that I got, and I just got him because I'm a big fan of the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie. I also like Secret of the Ooze as well. We won't talk about the third movie, but I love the Ninja Turtles. These are the turtles that I grew up with, and whenever NECA, this is released by NECA, these are a 1/4 size, so they're huge. They're the biggest thing I've ever bought. And I only planned on buying Leonardo, but then they came out with this one, Raph with the trench coat, and the scene with Casey Jones in the first movie is my favorite scene in the movie or of any of the Ninja Turtles movies.
Cricket? Nobody understands cricket. You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
It's so good. I love the old Ninja Turtles, so I had to get this one. So I had these two. Then scrolling back over, Michelangelo. Right now I have him holding my Blockbuster card. This is actually my Blockbuster card when I worked there. And he's got a piece of pizza in his hand. This is just the layout I have for him right now. But Michelangelo I got for Christmas. My brother got it for me. So I had 3 of the turtles, so I had to go ahead and get Donatello. I had to get Donatello. Donatello gets shafted with the Ninja Turtles somehow. I'm so happy I have all 4 of these. These are probably the things that stand out the most on my set. Not only because of how beautiful they look, but how big they are. I really love the Ninja Turtles. Scrolling down here, I've got a Pinky in the Brain. I think I got this out of a Loot Crate box. Loot Crate is junk. I can't believe I paid for that for years. Matter of fact, I threw all of that in a box, and I essentially donated it to my local comic store so he could get some money. Which there was a lot of stuff there. He did give me some trade-in value of like almost $50, but there was hundreds of dollars worth of junk in that huge box. Matter of fact, I just split it into 2 huge boxes and give it all away because I don't need it. But this is one of the few things I picked out of it because I didn't even know what was in there. Pinky in the Brain's awesome. Scrolling over here, you got Talk Boy. So this is the Talk Boy I had when I was a kid. Home Alone 2. I mean, what's not to like? Then over here, you got a book, The Art of Drew Struzan. So, Drew Struzan is the artist who designed the posters you see on the front here, but he's designed the most iconic posters, iconic pop culture posters of all time. He's an amazing artist. I'm kind of sad that his style of art is just gone. Like, it's all graphic design now. And graphic design can be beautiful and good looking, but mostly they usually end up being kind of garbage. And I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I have made better posters than this Spider-Man Homecoming poster that was an official release. So yeah, I did get to meet Drew Struzan, by the way, and he's a really cool dude, and he signed the book, which is why I have it back here on my shelf. All right, dropping down one shelf, we got Tally from Mass Effect. Yes, I am a huge Mass Effect fan. I've got lots of Mass Effect memorabilia, collectible, whatever you want to call it. I've met several of the voice actors. Meeting the voice actors is awesome. I even have this really awesome print signed by several of them. I've met the voice of Liara as well. I actually wanted a Liara statue, but I have not found one. I haven't found one. Now, there may be one that exists, but I haven't seen it. But this Tally statue is pretty good, very reasonably priced. Next to that, we have Raven. I believe this is from the DC Collectibles line. I'm pretty sure this is. Raven was actually the first one that I got. I really like the base. I really like the look of it. I'm a huge Teen Titans fan. Next to that, we have Wonder Woman. And also, this is part of the same line, I'm fairly certain. And, of course, Starfire. I got all 3 of these around the same time, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. I know that I got Raven first, and I wanted to get Starfire because, again, I'm a big Teen Titans fan, so I wanted to get her and Raven together. And I just thought the Wonder Woman statue looked really good. So, next to that, I have a Blockbuster party game. As I said earlier, I worked at Blockbuster. I was the manager of Blockbuster. And I got this for my birthday. I've not played the game, so I can't tell you if the game's any fun. But, you know, it was a gift, and I wanted to put it on my set, so that's why it's here. Next to that, we have an amiibo collection. As you can tell, I have quite a few amiibos. I am a big Super Smash Brothers fan. I have not got a Switch yet. I guess because I'm cheap and I didn't want to buy a new system, but I will eventually to play the new Smash Brothers. My friend has it, and I play it a lot with him. I have not bought my own yet, but I'm a big Smash Brothers fan, and me and my friend collected the amiibos, and between the two of us, we had almost the whole collection, but he moved out, and he took half his collection with him, so that's kind of what happens. But I'm really happy with the amiibos I have, and I have them on my set. They're really hard to see on while I'm filming in the background because they're so small, but they are back here. Amiibos are awesome. Scrolling over here, we've got a Wonder Woman statue. This is again by Kotobukiya. I got a really good deal on this one. I thought it was good. I bought this Wonder Woman statue a few years before I bought that DC Collectibles one I showed just a second ago. I just really like it. And next to it is the Iron Man statue from the movie, and this is also Kotobukiya. As you can tell, I really like Kotobukiya. I think that their stuff is very reasonably priced. It's on the cheaper side. It's not as heavy, but it still looks like high quality, so I'm really into it. And this was actually the first statue that I ever bought. And then, of course, my Green Ranger helmet. I also have a Red Ranger helmet, which I also had up here. But right now I have my Green Ranger helmet up here to go with my Green Ranger Dragon Dagger. Both of these were done before Hasbro bought the license, so this is part of the Legacy line that was coming out at the time, and now they're coming out with a Lightning line. I think they came out with a White Ranger helmet. I have not bought that one yet, so I can't tell you Hasbro's quality, but I can tell you that the previous quality was really good. As you can tell, this is pretty high quality stuff. I really love the Dragon Dagger. Obviously, it plays the music and all that. And then down here we got two Power Morphers, the regular Ranger Morpher and the White Ranger Morpher. Both of these Morphers have interchangeable coins. So for the White Ranger, I do have the Falcon coin, which is right next to it. I have the White Tiger one in there because I think the White Tiger sword is better than the Falcon sword. And then, of course, the Legacy one over here has all 5 original Power Rangers coins. And then I also have the Ninjetti coins. Going down here, you got Saitama, One Punch Man. Now, I used to look like One Punch Man. At least that's what people would tell me. It's probably just because I'm bald. That was before my beard days. And I got this as a gift, and I have it on my set. I really like One Punch Man. I'm not a huge anime fan, but I've recently checked out One Punch Man over the last couple years, as well as My Hero Academia, and both of those are just really fun. You know, it's just a fun story with classic, you know, heroes and stuff like that. Better than a lot of the stuff coming out now. But next to that is a Superman, Man of Steel, Henry Cavill over here. I think this was the second statue I bought, or the third after Iron Man and that Batman. But either way, I really like this statue. I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he can play a great Superman. I just don't think he's been in good movies. I'm not really a fan of a lot of what Zack Snyder's done. I didn't hate Man of Steel. I actually kind of liked Man of Steel, but I did not like Batman v Superman. I thought that was terrible, and I didn't like Justice League either. So it would be nice to see Henry Cavill in a good movie. Then we got Iron Man helmet. The Iron Man helmet. This was the first helmet I ever bought, actually. This was part of the Marvel Legends line, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it's a cool helmet. Now, scrolling over here, you see my Star Wars shelf. So this has Luke Skywalker. This was the first Star Wars Unleashed figure that I ever got. Again, Star Wars Unleashed, very reasonably priced statues. I think they were running retail of $15 at the time, and I love this Luke statue. It's one of my favorite Star Wars statues, definitely. Behind that is Heir to the Empire, which is a great novel. And to me, in my mind, in my head canon, this is the real sequel to Return of the Jedi. I'm not a fan of the Disney sequels, and I've pointed that out multiple times in other videos. But Yeah, Heir to the Empire is great, and expect some Star Wars videos from me coming soon. I am working on some fan casting posters and some other stuff, so I am looking forward to sharing some Star Wars stuff with you. Next to that is a Stormtrooper, and if you take off the helmet, you have Han Solo. Yep, I keep the helmet on just because I just think it looks better. The likeness to Harrison Ford is kind of cheap, so I least just like keeping the helmet on. Next to that is Luke. Luke is actually one of the pickups I just made. This Luke on Hoth. I just bought this I think this past year. This is part of the same line from the early 2000s. My local comic store is awesome and always buys old collections, and I got this off them. And then next to this is Chewbacca statue, which I've had this Star Wars Unleashed statue for a very long time. This and Luke I've had for over 15 years, so they've been in my collection a long time. And then right behind that is my Peter Mayhew signed 8x10. I met him in Atlanta, and he was having health issues at the time, so he was in a wheelchair. So rest in peace, Peter Mayhew. You could tell that he was pretty tired. I kind of respected him for being there and for the fans. So, but scrolling on along here, you've got Broly and Goku. Both of these I got in Japan, actually. While I was in Japan, I bought these. This was right around the time the movie released in North America. I don't know if it was before or right after, but it was pretty soon after or before. And obviously you can get them in the States now, but at the time when I picked them up in Japan, I was just like, these are awesome, and I wanted these. And it was really funny trying to get to communicate. I was in northern Japan. There was 4 feet of snow plus, because in northern Japan in the winter, there's lots of snow. It's lots of snow. But of course, behind that is my Geek True 64 emblem. I got this for my birthday. It has interchangeable stuff, so you can put other things in the back. And it does light up. I've never really lit it up, but I want this on my set, and I kind of like this back here. Scrolling over, we have Christopher Lloyd and myself in front of the DeLorean. He was the first actor that I met from Back to the Future. For those who don't know, Back to the Future is actually my favorite movie. I would say it's my top movie of all time. So it was really cool meeting him. I've since met some other actors, including Biff and stuff. So it's really cool. And this little shadow box I kind of threw together. It's got the Cafe 80s glass as well as a hoverboard. And where we're going, we don't need roads, which is one of my favorite sayings from Back to the Future. And the next that is a license plate replica. This is I do have a replica from the 2015 license plate as well with like a barcode. But this is the one I keep on my set. I wish I had a little bit better way to display it, but I really like this. And then next to it's the DeLoreans. This DeLorean is, again, I believe this was a Diamond Select DeLorean. I've had this for 15 years probably. I've had this for a really long time. And I really like it. And then scrolling down here, you're starting to get into some stuff on the shelves I don't really show that often. You can't really see it while I'm filming so much, but we have Batman. I know this is from one of the video games. Again, I picked this up at that comic store as part of somebody's collection that they traded in. I just like the Batman look, and I have Goku blasting with a Kamehameha because why not? This Goku is, again, one of the ones I've had for quite a while. I do like it. And next to that is a Wonder Woman Batman Injustice statue. This was part of the special edition release of Injustice. I did not buy the special edition release, but again, this was part of a collection that was traded in at the local comic store, and I bought it from my local comics retailer. Next, that is Johnny Depp as Pirates of the Caribbean. This is from Dead Man Tell No Tales. No, this is from Dead Man's Chest. It's from Dead Man's Chest. Sorry, I got those mixed up. It's from Dead Man's Chest, and I really love the Pirates movies. Granted, the sequels kind of got progressively worse. The Curse of Black Pearl is definitely my favorite by far, but his portrayal of Jack Sparrow, and especially in those first 3 movies, was really great. And behind that's just a shield emblem. It actually does light up. I'm just have it on the shelf right now because I don't know where to put it at. Next to that is the Enterprise from the Next Generation, the best Star Trek series in my opinion. I love the ship. I love the design of the ship. It's very nostalgic to me. I just think TNG is great. It's a great portrayal of a positive future, and I love it. I'm so glad to have this. I believe this is also a Diamond Select ship. And next to that is Patrick Stewart with the Engage post in his chair. And that's because he's my favorite captain and potentially my favorite Star Trek character, period. And as you can tell from, if you do follow my channel, I was very let down by the Picard series in the Star Trek series as a whole. I think that they've just gone off the deep end and are terrible, but that does not take away from what was originally good. They can ruin it all they want, but I'm just going to brain dump all of that, and I'm going to call it out, and I'm going to brain dump it. And Next Generation still exists, so I'm really happy with this. Scrolling over here, you can kind of see how my Captain America shield is. So my Captain America shield is actually on this box. And it's on this box just to raise it up a little bit higher to get it onto the framing whenever I'm filming so you can see it better on the set. But this is a handmade Captain America shield. I got this in Orlando, and I got a great deal on it. It was like one of the last days of the con, like within the last couple hours, and he was trying to get rid of it. So didn't want to pack it back up, so I got a great deal on it. You can't tell from the back, but it is kind of made of this really like tough plaster, and it's got metal binding and leather wrappings on the back. I don't really want to pull it off the shelf to show you guys, but it is very high quality. I love the way it looks, and at the time there was no Captain America shield in mass production for you to buy, so I was very happy to get this. Next to that is Hammond's cane from Jurassic Park, and I'm a big Jurassic Park fan. I love this. Again, this is a handmade thing, or a hand replica thing. It is a something I picked up at a con, and I just really like it. Next to that is Storm and Iceman, and there's ET right in between there. But Storm and Iceman are, again, I'm a big X-Men fan. X-Men's what got me into comics. X-Men's what got me into superheroes, and I love 90s X-Men. So I think Storm is one of my favorite characters, period. Iceman used to be one of my favorite characters until he got ruined by people just changing his character around and just making him a completely different person. But regardless of that, I really like these X-Men in the card stock. I usually open my action figures and display them because I don't know, I just like moving them around instead of keeping them in the packaging. I know collectors probably hate that, but I don't know. Honestly, these I like in the card stock. I think they look great. And ET is just there. I picked up ET years ago, and I've just always had them on my set. I move them around randomly on different shelves, but I have them right here right now. Next, that's a popcorn tin. It's on Return of the Jedi right now. Sometimes I flip it around. I literally bought this for $5 at Walmart, and I thought it was a mistake. I can't believe I got this thing for $5 because it has such great art on it. But you know, I love the original trilogy Star Wars. Again, no matter how bad the sequel Star Wars movies are, or how much they let me down, or how much they ruined Luke Skywalker, I still love the original trilogy. And no matter how bad they ruin it, I'm still going to love it. It's not going to take me away my love for that. Now, scrolling down here, this is just literally random. This is a random shelf. I just have some stuff on. There's Marshone and Ready Player One keys. There's some Stranger Things VHSs here, and of course my Red Ranger helmet, which I recently took down from my set. So again, this is just kind of random stuff. I'm still moving things around. So over here, this is the bottom shelf. This is definitely something you cannot see while I'm filming, and these are some books. This is like not even remotely all of my books, but I just needed some extra bookshelf space, so I'm just utilizing this bottom shelf right now. A couple cool books down here: Lord of the Rings, Roger Ebert biography was really good, Ender's Game, of course Ready Player One. So a lot of cool books down here. Then there's a Star Wars lunchbox. Again, this is kind of a random shelf. I'll just put some stuff down here for temporary display. There's a Howard the Duck pop and a mech suit. I just thought it was funny, so I bought it. And Storm, again, Storm is one of my favorite X-Men. I have 3 Storms on my set, believe it or not. And this was from Ultimate X-Men, which was a great, it was a great idea from Marvel to do the Ultimate line of comics. And it's too bad they kind of ruined it. But yeah, and then next to that's a little Spider-Man thing. Again, I got this out of a Loot Crate. So Loot Crate has a couple good things in it. Not much, but yeah. So that is the set. But I bet you didn't know this. As you turn it around, you see, boom, my green screen. Yes, it's right behind me. It's right behind you, I guess, when you watch my videos. These are the lights that I use. Here's one of the lights that I use. I don't know what the brand name is, but if I can find it, I got these on Amazon, very reasonably priced. The green screen, I got that on Amazon too. You can use any green screen. This is kind of in a sore shape right now because I've moved it a couple times. And I plan on getting a flat one eventually, but this is what I'm using right now. I've used this one for years and years. I used to do all of my videos on green screen. So, and then right now, this is my setup. So where this tripod is where I keep the camera when I'm filming, obviously. And then behind that is an old monitor that I've had for 10 plus years that was going to get thrown away, but I thought about it and I figured I could use it as an external for when I'm filming. So when I do video essays and certain reviews and certain videos I actually do use a teleprompter. Now I ad-lib a lot while I'm giving those reviews or those video essays, but it gives me good guidelines and make sure I hit the points that I'm really trying to hit when I'm doing the review. The only thing is that whenever I have to use the green screen to do thumbnails, I have to move my teleprompter and all this stuff. It's kind of heavy, and then I flip the lights around, and then I got to get everything situated again, then flip it back. So, it's kind of irritating. It's kind of irritating sometimes, but and then scrolling over here, you see my dual monitor computer setup right now. Yep, I've got Reagan riding a Raptor because, you know, hey, that's what you want. That's what everybody should have on their desktop. But I do have 2 monitors. I don't really use the second one too much because I usually use my laptop. So, and then scrolling up here, you see I've got a Universal Studios poster, which I love this poster. It takes me back in time, and it's such a great design. And then scrolling over here, you see Leia's crying because Star Wars is terrible now. Yeah, I've had this one up here for a long time. This calendar's from 2014, so it tells you how long it's been here. I don't know too many people who use calendars anymore, and I haven't bought one in a while. So, yeah, Leia's up there crying perpetually for years, I guess. And real quick, I just wanted to talk about my mic and my mic stand because I completely forgot to talk about this while I was giving my set tour. It's a pretty standard mic. If I can, I bought this on Amazon. If I can find the actual link to it and it's still on Amazon, I'll put it in the description below. But yeah, like I said, it's a pretty standard microphone and it's a standard mic stand. Again, I like doing videos where I'm standing up. I like standing up and talking. I just find it more comfortable than sitting down. So I know it's a little different than what a lot of other YouTubers do, but hey, everybody's got their own style. And the stand that I keep my monitor on is actually for a karaoke, some kind of karaoke machine. I found it on Amazon, and I was like, that'll work perfectly for my monitor. So that's why down at the bottom here it says Hula Music, because it's for a karaoke machine. And just real quick, if you come over here, this shelf's kind of a wreck right now, but I just wanted to show up top, which was a couple swords you never see in any of my shots, which the top one is Marchand's sword from The Walking Dead, and then I've got the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda, and then the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. So those are kind of cool. I tried to fit them on my set somewhere, but I've never been able to because they're so big. With the turtles already on the set, I couldn't really fit anything else. So, but I just wanted to share those. So that is kind of my set tour. That's my my YouTube set. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know this video turned out to be way longer than what I initially intended, but I thought it was cool. I kind of wanted to get into depth with some of the stuff that was behind me, and we're all kind of, you know, going crazy in quarantine right now. So maybe a longer videos eats up some more of your day. But if you check this out, I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know somebody wanted me to do a more of a set on my Blu-ray collection, and I will be doing the rest of my Blu-ray collection here shortly. I want to thank you guys for checking out this video. Thank you, subscribers, for being awesome. And if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Geechu64. This is Michelangelo. We'll always tell you the truth.